observed.
Pranamaya not activated. Yeah, go ahead, Shravanaji.
Thank you, Guruji. This part of Vivekachoodamani is always very interesting, the layers, the Adamaya Kosha, etc. So this part where you were talking about Pranamaya Kosha, it is connected to the Rajas. It is Rajas, you said, isn't it?
Action.
Okay.
Correct.
So anything that is active is Rajas, anything that is subtle is Sattva, and anything that is inactive would be Tamas.
That's the general understanding, yes.
Okay. Thank you. So it would
So we
also
could
mean in life, it would also mean the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, in life also it means the same thing. So
Wherever there is action.
somebody is ambitious. Ambitious somebody. We will say Rajas. Rajas is active in that person. Ambition is there. Somebody is unmotivated. चलेगा ये भी ठीक है वो भी ठीक है क्या ये करने से क्या फायदा है what is the use of doing all this you earned so much money are you happy Papa, it looks like a Vedanti is talking. He knows no Vedanta, he knows no Sanskrit, nothing. It's called
Money is
Tamas
not
talking.
important.
Tamas is talking. Tamas is talking.
Money is not important.
Nothing is important. What is the use of all this? This fellow is just not only he's clueless and he makes others also into fools. He tries to convert. So it's called tamas.
So when any of these tattvas are overdeveloped, say sattva or rajas or tamas, then there's an imbalance, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
we are
So having
giving
said
too much of focus on our body, too much of focus on our body, or too much of focus on rest, or too much of focus on activity, then there is an imbalance. So what is the best way to balance it? How do we know? Is there any ratio that we have to balance it? Because most of the time, our entire transactional life is all about earning money, feeding the body, taking care of the body, buying things for the body, roti, kapda, makan, it goes on. So how do we shift our focus from that to
yeah. So having said that, I want to add one more thing. So that tamas example we gave, sattva, etc., ambition we said. But everybody also needs tamas. It is the tamas that makes us go to bed. Makes us say, oh, this is enough. I want to turn off the lights now. Otherwise, what happens? You can't turn off the lights. Otherwise, not possible. I don't feel sleepy. I don't feel tired. Means what? And then body still needs rest. Body, I don't need rest, but body needs rest. Okay, this is a problem. And body can't, I can't go to sleep. So therefore, that same tamas is needed for us to rest, to just give ourselves some rest. All right. Now, this balance between sattva, rajas, and tamas, all three are active in all of us. All three are active, obviously. All three need to be active. Now, generally, we talk about some balance must be there. When you're supposed to be doing some work, you should be doing some work. When you're supposed to give some rest, you should take some rest. So, our children also, parents always try to somehow give them balance. You can't be studying like this all day. That also they say you have to go out and play. Sometimes parents are worried the children are not playing like that, or they're sitting in front of the phone all the time. So we have an idea of balance. There is no recipe. Ayurveda may have some recipes and all. Even there, they can't give you a recipe. If somebody is sleeping a lot, let's say somebody needs to sleep 9 hours a day. Everybody is sleeping 6 hours, 7 hours, like that. Somebody is sleeping 9 hours. But if you carefully look at the person, he sleeps 9 hours a day, but he's quite active otherwise. The remaining hours, he's doing quite good. His body is also healthy. Don't change anything. Don't try to say, no, you should not sleep 9 hours, you are sleeping too much. All that. What too much? He's doing fine. So they say in our company, we used to have a phrase, don't fix what is not broken. Understand what is not broken. So if he's doing fine, then let it be fine. If 9, why should 9 be a bothersome? Is there any something written somewhere you should not sleep more than 8 hours or 7 hours? No, it doesn't say anywhere. It's not a niyama at all. And the doctor will say, you're doing fine. Everything is okay with you. Even the Ayurvedic doctor will look and say, everything is fine. Your nadi and all is good. But I sleep 8, 9 hours. Now go ahead and sleep 9 hours. Is there a problem? No problem is there. Okay, good. Everything is fine. So this balance and all is we have to come up with our own balance. There is no big rule there.
So it is individual and age, etc., and the lifestyle. Sometimes, like a baby needs a lot more sleep, an elderly person needs a lot more sleep, etc. Food wise, also the requirements are different, and all that. So professionally, also, if the job is very strenuous, then we tend to take more rest. And if it is physically strenuous, we need that much more nutrition. And if professionally we are, say, in the spotlight, in the limelight, in the entertainment industry, the focus is more on taking care of the body, the looks. So there is nothing wrong with that. That means.
Correct. So taking care of looks become important because looks is the raw material for that industry. And so you have to maintain that raw material. And so it's part of the profession. It's part of the profession. If the person knows it is part of the profession, that's amazing. That's actually amazing because the person is just, he knows I'm just acting. I'm just acting. I just have been gifted with good looks, which sells. And so that's became my profession. And so I'll keep doing. That's good. As long as they don't get carried away by those looks and all that, it's good. But otherwise, yeah, anything is okay. So good examples you've already given that says that there is no hard and fast rule about anything at all. Yeah. So what will finally bring balance? If we ask, I can only say Shastram will bring balance. Shastram will bring balance. It resets the whole thing. Our whole priorities will get reset when we get exposed to Shastram. When priorities are reset, then what? We are, that is the biggest change that's going to happen in our life. Otherwise, it's going to be a mechanical life, most likely.
So it's awareness, consciousness in what we are doing, what we are
Yeah,
eating.
because so no, and what I mean is when we come to get exposed to the Shastram, our whole goals of life, everything it is talking about. And so, what is my lakshya in life? What am I after, really speaking? Is it artha? Is it kama? Is it dharma? Or is it moksha? All that becomes clear. Once that becomes clear, that itself will just reset ourselves and a new balance may come. Or maybe it is the same
Dharma,
old
artha,
balance.
kama, moksha, we need to balance, isn't it? To live this.
Hmm.
We need to find a balance there, isn't it?
Yeah, that balance also is needed. Correct. For general well being, a balance is needed. Yeah.
So if I start my morning with sessions with all of you, then after that I get into a physical fitness, spend time on that. And then after that, I take care of my nutrition, etc., the Annamaya part of it. And the yoga takes care of the pranamaya, etc. Then after that, I get into the mode of checking about my investments, etc., and all that, planning for the day. So everything, there's nothing right or wrong. It's just that we should know to what extent we have to go.
Correct. To what extent you want to push something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because these days we hear so many, especially after COVID, we hear about these sudden deaths so much. The heart attacks and the people are dropping dead like that, and cancers and all that stuff. So recently, we were just friends, we were discussing, and it is felt that in the physical fitness, the coaches are pushing these people beyond requirement. in our daily life, they're not sports people. It's just that physical fitness has become such an obsession that coaches, because they're coaches, they're making them push their limits. And thus, it's leading to all these collapses.
Correct. I missed that last 10 seconds. My internet was unstable. So you were saying they're being pushed. The coaches are pushing all these people who go to the gym, even
Yes.
though they are not sports people, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what is that? Some Kannada, I don't know what, sport actor or sports person or somebody, young man, some
Actor
30-year-old man.
Rajkumar's son. Rajkumar's son tried a few
Ah,
years ago in the
Prithviraj.
gym.
Prithviraj, yeah, he died.
Not Prithviraj.
He died.
Appu.
Somebody, yeah,
Appu. Yeah.
kept pumping iron, pumping iron, pumping iron, and what is the use? Tell me. Nice body, everything, so much could have been accomplished, and pushing too much. So balance. So we have to talk about balance to our children. Balance. What is your idea of balance? Talk about balance. What do you mean by balance? What are the things you're balancing? What if your parents push you? How do you know your parents are pushing you? You don't say no to parents, but if parents push you, then what? At least be aware that these things are there so that you can manage yourself properly. Yeah. It's yeah, those are all important points, Shravanaji.
As regard to, sorry, Ramoji, parental push is concerned, these Narayana institutions and all these institutions where they are sending them to coaching centers, and they go to quota, and you hear every year of suicides and all that. So, how do children and parents have this balance? There's so much peer pressure, there is so much social pressure to make each child top the class. How is it possible?
Same with the reality issues.
There
Reality
can only be one topper. I heard about quota. Once how I heard about quota. Somebody called. Somebody called. On Anand called. He's a young boy who is he's not finished 12th. He's in 10th or something. And he says, Jaykumarji, I've heard about you and your history group and all that. I want to be part of the history group. I said, who are you? And I'm so and so, Anand. I'm in Kota. Okay, fine. Kota is in Rajasthan. That's all I know. And then he says, what are you doing? I'm in 10th grade. 10th grade. Okay, so you have a lot to study, and you've got to go to college and all that. You're welcome to join my group, but how can you join my group now? No, I'm studying for IIT. But what about 10th grade? 10th grade and all, I'm not taking. All this idea was new to me. And I'm not taking 10th grade, I'm studying for IIT. And then only I heard all this about this quota thing. This assembly line going on there. All this IIT and all that. And correct. Pushing. Pushing. Parents are just killing their children. Correct? Parents are pushing their children to suicide. Very unfortunate. So we need a mindset change. That too in India, I tell you, it's just at least in the US, I used to find that some balance was there. There's a lot of balance. The education system is just different for children. It's all good. It's very nice balance they have. But in India, I tell you, the way the parents push children, we need a we need a revolution. We need a revolution. So,
Unfortunately, not only for the studies, for the reality shows also they push. So the reality shows performance also they push the children discarding their studies.
oh yeah, that also. So yeah, there is a lot of education that's needed, Shravanaji. Parents have to be educated, children have to be educated, teachers have to be, those days, every teacher used to be a role model for the child. Okay, The teacher were teaching some subject, science or so, geography or English or whatever, Sanskrit. But they used to be a parent at the school. They used to be concerned about the child's family and all that. They were not pushing their children. My child, like these children have to do really well in my what I'm teaching them. Yeah, they should do well. But they were interested in the well-being of the child. All teachers, in fact. But if all teachers try to compete and push them, they have to publish all this course, The schools are publishing pictures of all these students who went to IIT, who went to IIM, who went to this, who went to that. They're publishing like that. That's it. Somebody who gets caught up in this, poor children, they
The
lose all.
The parents
Lose.
are competitive. The children may not even be aware. When my daughter was in kindergarten, weekly once, the school is a very balanced school. Weekly once, she used to have a test on Fridays. And Monday, the teacher used to give the test corrections. I used to get a call from her classmate's mother asking me how much my daughter got and how much she used to tell me how much her daughter got. It never occurred to me that I had to compare. That competitive, always comparing. Parents are doing children's projects. They're not allowing children to do projects because they want the children to win. Even in a small gated community painting competition, the parent will sit and direct. The child will not let the child do the painting on her or his own.
That's very sad. That's very
Yes,
sad.
extremely sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I said that to somebody who asked to write something on 10 words about. Then I asked her which standard. She said for two people, 6th standard and 8th standard. Then I told you should not do. Let them do whatever do. Maybe correct it, but you should not do. That's what I told the nurse here. And she wanted some words for her children.
So what it tells us is that there is a big opportunity here. Very big opportunity. Very big opportunity waiting. And we should not wait for the opportunity to knock. We should just do whatever we can. Okay. As an enlightened parent, to prepare ourselves and then get ready to have some activities for children. Some parents in the community will appreciate something like that. Half an hour every week. What can I do? Some games, some quizzes, something. I quietly talk about all these things and challenge the children about all these things. There must be so many things that we can do. And that way, you at least engage the children for half an hour a week. At least for half an hour, they are forced to come out of their homes and not watch the phones. At least half an hour. Give them some sundal, give them some snacks, attract them. Let's do all that. And then stretch the half an hour to 45 minutes. Then do a shloka and do a yoga exercise. And then attract them because yoga, they like yoga. Parents will love it if you teach them yoga. Okay. Practice, learn some yoga. You don't have to be an expert in yoga and all. Just Vrikshasana, you stand. Vrikshasana, anybody can do. Sorry, not Vrikshasana, Tadasana. Vrikshasana is a little difficult. You have to stand on one leg. Okay, sorry, I take back. Tadasana. Tadasana, anybody can do. Then do some namaskar exercise, this, that, etc. And then people will love it. Parents will love it. So I think we have to be very creative and come up with some plans for our own community, children in our community. Or just say painting. I don't know. Whatever you are good at, stitching, knitting. Maybe you are good at knitting. Just say knitting. Some girls will come. And quietly, we'll knit for 15 minutes. Then quietly introduce all the other ideas. We have to be creative. What to do? We have to be creative. We have to give them something that the parents want. At the same time, we have to use the opportunity to just activate their minds and make them think. I think so. What do you think, Shravanaji? Is it possible?
I am part of a quiz group for more than about, I think, from 2005. This group started in 1991 in Bangalore. It's called Quiz Families. It's an informal group where we meet monthly once. So we have children from 4 to 5 years and people from 70, 80 years, all participating as families. One family conducts the quiz, the other family hosts the quiz. I joined this group, or we joined this group when my daughter was in high school, 8th standard. She got so interested in it. She started conducting quizzes for her school when she was in school, college when she was in college, and in her office when she was working. There are so many kids in that. We have had 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds conduct quizzes, handling PPTs, and we are about 40 to 50 of us in each of these quiz meetings. And we are all, it's an informal group. There is no registration admission, it's just a commitment. And we are also noisy that 4-year-old, 5-year-olds know how to handle this crowd. It could be anything. It could be anything, trivia from anything.
So what is the outcome of this whole activity?
The commitment, the interest, and the children, also the adults. When you read something, you try to remember, and you also learn to retrieve it at the right time. Sometimes when we read, we just tend to forget. There's so much of information all over the place. So it could be a painting, it could be just a puzzle, or it could be a current affairs question, or it could be a business questions, anything it could be. Children get connected, they get more curious, they're more interested in it. Families are interested. It's very engaging, keeping away from the other activities that they are there. People go for trekking, I go for trekking, I go for other activities too. But this is also one of the activities which we have been involved for decades.
Very good. Very good. So you feel that it is contributed to the well-being of all these children and their families. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Fantastic. There is so much life outside Facebook, you know. That's what the kids know. And so they're now asking for more. Habit of reading books. You know, one girl I was traveling with a friend's family, and that girl, she's in 5th or 6th grade or something. She was sitting next to me, and she was reading a book. I was so happy reading a book, and then sorry, pardon. Reading a book, and then suddenly I noticed something. Every 30 seconds she will look at the phone. Literally every 30 seconds she'll look at the phone, and then keep the phone down, and then read, then look at the phone. Then only I realized what kinds of things are going on out there. So that attention span. So what you're doing is you're engaging them in an activity to inspire them. Let them do what they want. That's okay. Some people may not like all this quizzes and all. So for them, you provide something else. You know, there is always some other group that does painting or jogging or bird watching or something like that. People have to do something with no gadgets. I think that's that seems to be the rule here. Don't get any gadgets. We will just play and have fun. Correct? We will talk to each other. We'll talk about our problems. How are you going to solve her problem? Please tell me now. Everybody is going to state one problem today and solve that problem. And let them just stare at each other. My mother is scolding me all the time. Okay, how are you going to solve the problem? Let this boy think and say something. Yeah, good ma. Thank you very much, Ravanaji. I think you're contributing to your society in a very positive way.
My apologies to all of you for taking up so much of time today. Sorry.
Important topics. Yeah, Mahesh ji, then Ramu, Hema, and Meera. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Mahesh ji.
Namaste, Jagamati. Coming back to Vivekachoodamani, I have a couple of questions. In today's class, there was what is the meaning of this word? Anjitaha. What is the meaning of that word, Anjita?
Anchitaha. Along with.
Okay. Well, I looked up dictionary. It has so many meanings. I didn't find this along with at all.
Combined with. Endowed with. Anvitaha. Well, yeah, many meanings are there for Anchitat.
Because
Many
something
meanings.
says distinguished, curved, and all that in the dictionary. So this is endowed with, is it?
Welcome to Sanskrit. Yeah, that's how it is.
Endowed with?
Endowed with, blessed with, united with, along with.
Oh.
Comes
Yeah.
in earlier also in Vivekachoodamani, that word, Anchitaha. In some sloga where that describing the different nature of the.
And also, what is the Anupurna?
Anupurnaha. What was the translation? Anupurna. Purnaha means filled. Anupurnaha. So that pranamaya fills up annamaya according to annamaya. That is Anupurna. Anu. Okay?
Pervaded.
I thought Anu means follows or something, right? Anu
Follows, yeah. Pranamaya follows annamaya in terms of shape, size, and all that. Pranamaya, or rather, annamaya accommodates pranamaya. Pranamaya fills up annamaya. How did we translate this?
No, I wrote it as just filled up, but Purna itself is
in
filled.
keeping, yeah. You said. In keeping.
Yeah. Swamiji, the Dayanandaji's translation is pervaded. Pervaded. Fills, I said fills up. So Swamiji is saying pervaded.
Pervaded?
Pervaded.
Okay.
So he said pervaded, by which this body becomes alive.
Okay. Okay. All right. And I think there was somebody asked this question earlier about this on the translation about which drives, whether she's referred to Stula Shariram or Sushma Shariram. But I think it is Sushma Shariram, isn't it? Because, not Sushma Shariram, Pranamaya, of course, Pranamaya, because without Pranamaya, there is nothing Annamaya. Body doesn't have any existence, right?
Correct.
So all these Indriyas are driven by only Pranas.
Correct. Absolutely. Yeah. Therefore, mind is not necessary for the body to function, but mind also needs prana to function. Yeah. Good. Thank you, Mahesh. Anything else?
Yeah, one other couple of questions more, please.
Yeah.
One other thing is on this few slokas before, there was description about this samsara in this Vivekachoodamani. With the tree and branches and shoots and birds and all. I was thinking that probably Shankaracharya's description of samsara is, in my opinion, better than Kathopanishad, where it is urdhva mula adashaka. Because somehow I never understood, today even also I don't know why it is upside down. Why it is upside down. I mean, and I try to read some commentary elsewhere, but they're all kind of gloss over that. Nothing much. Okay, I can understand Aswatha tree being strong and all that, but the rest of them, why it is upside down? To me, this is a better description for us, for at least for me to understand.
Yeah, so the purpose of the Kathopanishad, upside down, the only purpose I could learn from the upside down part is that the Karanam is not visible. The Karanam is not known to you without knowing the Karanam. So that Karanam, even if it is not upside down, I would still be happy with the
Yeah,
tree.
because Karanam, if suppose you say Karanam is the root.
So roots are not visible. So that you can
So
we
which is
figure out.
now if you make it upside down, it is visible.
The Malam Adashakam. So
I don't know.
So
I
there,
think
that is how the imagery is. And you see what is in front of you, but you don't see what is above you. Something you have to
Yeah.
rationalize that. But yeah, that's how the description is. You're right.
Yeah, in fact, if you say trees standing there, I can understand roots run deep, many places we may not know. And, and generally there's a saying that samsara is like that, it runs deep and all. We say that in many political things are also Mahabharata, and also people talk about all the relationship, it runs deep. Or the So that's what. Okay. So I was wondering why it was upside down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And another thing, Raghunathji, once you made a statement, I think it is in Sloka 46. I think I wrote it as Shakha Chandra Nyaya. What is that?
Shaka Chandra Nyaya. Correct. Shaka means branch. And
Okay.
Chandra means moon. So their moon is small, and it's also like a less than a quarter moon, Shaka, a Chandra. And that moon I'm supposed to identify, and that too these trees are all blocking me. But I can see there's one person who knows exactly. He can see the Chandra through the trees, and it is his job to show exactly where the Chandra is. So that Nyaya is called Shakha Chandra Nyaya. The Chandra which is there in one of the branches of the many trees out there.
Oh, I mean hidden behind a tree.
For everybody is hidden, but it's actually not hidden. And so to show that unhidden moon from those trees is the
Viewer
Nyaya.
perspective.
Most people can't figure it out. And so it is the Guru that shows the Chandra. That's the idea.
Okay. It's kind of
Like,
a metaphor.
It's a metaphor. Correct. It's a
it's
metaphor.
like when bird watchers are, when you go bird watching, the
Okay.
person who knows where the bird is, he'll tell you exactly how to find that bird, because in that great bush, in that particular branch, how it is hidden, he will tell you. And some can find it easily, some will take time.
Correct. No, that's a very good example. I like this example. Bird watching. I like this example because there is a bird outside this house where I'm renting, and these birds, it's full of foliage, trees around the house, and this bird is exactly brown in color. It's a migratory bird or something, and it's all brown in color. It's exactly like the branch of the tree and like bark of the tree, and you can't figure it out. Once I spotted this bird, then I realized, my God, Bhagavan ka hai, Leela hai ye. And so I now appreciate what you're saying. I appreciate what you're saying. This is a big bird, at least small sparrow and all, it is at least hard to see. This big of a bird? I couldn't spot that. Right in front of my eyes it is there. So I can appreciate what you're saying. So bird watching, yeah, that's a good one. Good practical example. Ramuji, then Hemaji.
Sorry. Maheshji's question that why the root is up. It is like the family tree. One can say starts from top and come. And another point is that you talked about that girl going to what do you call reading the book and going to social media and coming back and all this thing. There's a new word coined. It is called intermittent attention span. It's a very deadly thing. In fact, Swami Sarvabhuyananda talked about it yesterday in Calcutta about this aspect. But it's very deadly. We don't have any parents who take care and all this thing. He did a very good talk. YouTube talk is available. Just today morning only I listened. So that's why immediately he talks about the mind is not controlled and all these things. Very good talk. He did it. I'll send the link if you have time. You can see. The Facebook you talked about that Facebook mind. So I just immediately connected it. And another part you talked about is the loss of you talked about port belly. In fact, always loss is we take it as a dukkha. But for a person who wants his fat to be lost, he feels ananda. So that's one aspect I have to say. Just as a result.
Yeah, definitely.
That's okay.
Definitely.
That's
Thank you, Ramu.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Hemaji, go ahead.
That kshane kshane gunaha jataha. So I remember that one statement. You cannot jump into the same water twice. That is, every second, the composition of the water changes. And every second, the composition of your body also changes. So, the next time you jump, neither are you the same, nor is the water the same. I think it is, by some Greek philosopher, Heraclitus or something. Somewhere I have heard that statement, so that suddenly came into my mind.
They say you cannot take bath in the same river twice.
You cannot jump into the same river twice, or you cannot jump into the same water twice. Just remember that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Hemaji.
That Panjikaranam comes in the Atmabodha, 12th sloka.
Yeah.
Next course.
Okay. Meera and Narayanan, you raised your hand some time ago.
Guruji, just a couple of things, like you're talking about pranamaya. So we normally say that a person was gone into coma or become unconscious. They say that prana has gone down. We have to wait for his prana to come up so that he comes out of unconsciousness state.
Yeah.
That's what we say. And typically they say prana is at the lowest step on Amavasya and Purnima. It follows the lunar cycle.
Okay.
That is what people say. I mean, there's no evidence to substantiate that, but that is what old people generally say, that Amavasya, Purnima, be careful, don't get hurt, don't get injured, don't go out. So today, even in Bangalore today, we see that all this Marwadi shop, they close shop on Amavasya and Purnima. Other days they're fully open. They close shop. Second
Very
thing,
interesting.
That's because they feel they'll make mistakes because the prana is less. And memory and all can fail them. Even they do fasting because digestion process can go down because the prana levels are less. That's why they mention about fasting.
And the old people also used to say, if somebody has to get revived from unconscious state, they'll say, let Amavasya get over or Purnima get over, then only he'll come back, not before that. So in Varma therapy, they have a belief saying that the Atma keeps moving around from the body, starting on the day after Amavasya, from the right big toe, goes through the entire thing, but and comes down to the left big toe the next previous day of Amavasya. But on Amavasya and Purnima, it sits inside, deep inside the body. It is not accessible. That is what Varma therapy says.
Even I heard that anybody who's extremely sick, if they cross Amavasya, they might survive. If they cross
Correct.
Purnima, they might survive. But if normally, like I had a friend whose mother was very sick with cancer. She asked her uncle, who was well versed in all these things, how long will Amma suffer? She asked. So he told her, maybe it'll get concluded this Purnima. And it was exactly by that Purnima she passed away.
Yeah.
Janma Nakshatra also.
The other point, Guruji, what Shravanaji asked about balancing prana Shakti. That's not required, no, because then your Varna Ashrama, Varna is basically Guna Brahmana, Guna Kshatriya, Guna Shudra, Guna Kshatriya. There's only an intermix of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas only. And that anyway is Prarabdha. So what is the question of balancing? Where does the question of balancing come?
That's interesting. I would like to explore this a little more because I'm thinking in a very basic way and you're talking you're saying that in a more evolved way.
No, and actually, Professor V. Krishnamurti made one statement. He gave some mathematical calculation saying that this much percentage of Sattva, this much percentage of Rajas, this much is a Guna Brahmana. Guna Kshatriya means this is the combination. Guna Shudra is this the. So I think it is there in his book.
Yeah, of this Sattva Guna Pradhana, Rajo Guna Upasarjana is there. So that is a Brahmana Guna.
So you're anyway.
Sattva. So if you have to, if you divide by 30%, 33%, and then Sattva Guna Pradhanaha. So you have to give more than 33% for that Sattva Guna. And then Rajo Guna Upasarjana, let's say 50%. Rajo Guna will be 20%, 25%. And Tama is third at 25%. Then that's called Brahmana Guna. I think he must have attributed some percentages. He must have given.
He had given some bad. So what I am saying is,
please can you share that?
Then Kshatriya Guna. Then what is Kshatriya Guna? Kshatriya Guna is Rajo Guna Pradhanaha. Not Sattva Pradhana. Sattva Pradhana is Brahmana Guna. So Rajo Guna Pradhana. So that now the Rajas is 50%. Means this fellow is really active. He's ready to do stuff. Hopefully, his thinking process is good, so he can do what is the right thing. And that is called Kshatriya. Why? Rajoguna Pradhanaha Sattva Guna Upasarjanaha. That Rajas is backed by Sattva. All right, Kshatriya. All right. Means Sattva. So I want to do, but then I want to do what is good for all, and not just for myself. Okay. Then, but Kshatriya Rajoguna Pradhanaha can be Tamo Guna Upasarjana. It is backed by Tamas, only then Sattva comes. If you say that, then you got Vaishya Buddhi. Vaishya Buddhi is commerce. Vaishya Buddhi is not wrong. It is commerce. That is, I want to do also good to society. But the Rajas is backed by Tamas, not by Sattva. The last, Tamo Guna Pradhanaha. If Tamas is Pradhana, then Sattva can never be second. It has to be Rajas. Rajas second, only Sattva third. That's why you can have only 4 possibilities, at least according to this division. And so then what happens? Then they're all dharmic people, but the person cannot think. The person will simply do what is told to do. That's why all skilled, unskilled labor, generally we say that kind of a composition is there for such people. They'll be very happy to do what you ask them to do. They won't think about pros, cons, this, that, etc. I'll just do what you tell me to do. That's about it. And so that is what our Krishnamurti ji must have done. And he put some percentages also. Bit risky. If you start putting percentages, it gets a bit dicey. But to give you an idea, he's giving you an idea. Krishnamurti ji is another Rajo Pradhana person, and he just goes off. He just takes off, means off. That you can't stop that person. You can't stop. So he puts percentages also.
So maybe
nice man. I like it.
Wonderful tools, human resource tools out of these. I don't know if there are any, human resource tools based on these principles
It is the
for
world is wide
evaluation.
open. You can develop the tools. You can develop it, and somebody may have capitalized on this shastric knowledge that we are talking about. And see, Shravanaji, it's not unknown. A counselor in school, what is the job of a counselor? Please tell me. In a school or college, what is the job of a counselor? Counselor is supposed to understand what is it the child wants. What are the innate aspirations of the child? What is the child really, what really makes the child happy? Parents will never spend time on this, talking about what exactly makes you happy and all. You do what I tell you to do. That's all the parents are interested. A counselor has to come and figure out all this. What are they trying to find out? This is what they're trying to find out. I like to draw. I like to read books. I like to write poems. Really? I never knew this because I've been forced to do all these things. Science, to do projects, this, that. I never wrote, I wrote poems. In the spare time, I write poems, he says. Means what? The counselor has to make these things come out, and the counselor has to call the parent. Said, you know what? Do you know your child is good at ABC? No, I never knew. Yeah, how will you know? You've been pushing your child all along. So, really, Shravanaji, a good counselor is good at identifying these things, correct? That's what it should be. What is close to your heart, my dear boy? Tell me.
Even if the counselor says, let your child go into commerce, the parent will say, do engineering because that is the most acceptable. That's the problem.
Parents also.
We knew our daughter was not getting into engineering. She's done business management. We were very sure. My husband is human resources person, and we went to a counselor, and then in high school, and they said that she's more inclined to business management. I think it just happened because my father-in-law was also into managerial roles, and I was also in business management, MBA. My husband also in MBA. So it just went into her also as passive role models. So she's also done MBA, and she was never inclined for engineering or medicine. We just accepted it, and she was happy with whatever she did.
Very good. Very good. Very good. So what we are saying is parents also need counseling. Before, who says children need counseling? Parents need counseling. Children are fine. Allow them to be and they'll be fine. Yeah, we have driven ourselves to a corner. A corner when we are trapped there. And we want to be, our government is trying hard to do all kinds of stuff. He's encouraging youngsters, Modi ji, all these creative awards. You must have seen all that, no? That awards, all this Kirti history and Allahabadi and all. He recognized all the people. My God, he spent 10 minutes with every person on the stage and engaged these people in their own subject. Music. Somebody said, I want to bring music to the average person, and she is doing more. I tell you, these children, you thought they were enterprising. Modi is a couple of notches above them. He must have studied all the things they did, and so kids are all inspired by him. Somebody like him. So we have to just turn the whole thing around somehow. It's happening. It's happening. So we see here some horror stories, but good news is also percolating. Percolating. We just have to keep at it. Thank you. Thank you. Ramuji, you had something?
Just about that, Narayanji and Shravanaji was talking about SR. You are also talking about SRT, TSR, and all these things. Puja Swamiji and Swami Paramarthananda deals with that equation in this Bhagavad Gita. It's very good.
Yeah.
And Shravanaji was asking about who did some, what to call, some presentations on that basis. But Mr. Parthasarathi, I think from in that Vyoma did some course on Bhagavad Gita. That course contains so many things like that, everything on that basis. I don't remember exactly the course name. Vyoma some Parthasarathi has conducted.
Okay.
Just I wanted to make a point. That's all.
I think
He did a very beautiful, beautiful course.
Srinidhi Pathasarathi.
So yeah, he did it a very beautiful course that way. 2 years back.
Yeah, he was also the registrar at SVASA for some time.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the point.
Yeah, those who have studied yoga and Ashtanga yoga details, they might be good at this. Will be good at all this because they have got into all this details of prana and all that. So they might be able to give Shravanaji some models. We are talking at a general high level, sattva, which is very important. What more? Chatur varnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashah tasya kartaram apimam vidya kartaram abhyayam. Krishna. But yeah, a lot of research must. SVSA must have a lot on this, no, Narayanan and Meera?
Yeah, so first time when you get into SVASA, they do what is called as a guna inventory. They try to fit in what is predominant. So the guna inventory, then you undergo all your training and all that. At the end, you repeat that questionnaire, survey, and see whether your guna has changed. Guna,
They generally are trying to prove that it's all, you have picked it up over a period of time. Interests are nothing like it is inborn in you. You have picked it up, so it is possible to.
Some of them can be modified, some are acquired.
Many of them are very strongly built in you. Some of them you can just let go. So something like that. So sattva aspect can be, cultivated.
So just like what Shravanaji was saying, that her daughter picked up what she was doing, what her father was doing, whatever. That is basically jati, no?
Yes.
That is jati.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. That is jati.
So you've got jati, you've got guna, you've got karma. You have guna brahmana doing a karma sutra work. That is
Like
what most
Meeraji
people
said, can we change the balances? Can we, like she said, we can cultivate more of rajas than sattva and tamas?
So,
Yeah, obviously we do, Shravanaji. That's what happened. That's what teachers do. Habit of reading is not there. What do? You have
Cultivate
to
it.
somehow cultivate it. So when they study, then I also say, oh, I also must study. So I also study. Eventually, what happens? I become more interested in studying than that person. And so what happened? No interest, from zero interest, it has peaked. And so that's what schools try to do. But schools can do damage also in a different way. So that we have to be careful about that. Yeah. Some schools are good. That's why all these alternative schools are very good. They don't get into this rote at all. They just
That's why I
come
like
on.
convent schools, Guruji. Convent schools do not push children in a particular direction. They give all-rounded development. I'm a product of a convent school. My husband is a product of a convent school. My entire family, my siblings, etc., my cousins, all of us, my daughter also, they have tried and tested methods. And at that time, when we're looking for good schools, it just turned out that only convent schools were good. Rest of the schools, whether you look at national public school or anything, they were very pushy and they want 80% marks, 90% marks. And if the child doesn't get, they call the parents, they weed out because at 10th standard, they want to say all our students got 90% plus. Weeding out.
Wow.
It's not nurturing, it's weeding out.
So Shravanaji, me and my children are all products of National Public School.
Sorry, but National Public School, Bangalore, when I wanted to shift my daughter from convent school to National Public School for more focus on academics, this is what I was told. I said, no, I don't want it.
And I was the first batch of CBSE from National Public School.
Okay.
Passed out in
Sorry, I don't need
1978.
to say this because this is what I heard from
Shravanaji, at that time they did not know how to weed out. They were still learning how to weed out. So Narayan Tapichitar, he just escaped.
Both my children are from National Public School, Indiranagar.
So now they must be very good at all this. So they must have.
Gopalakrishnan, the founder, must be what, 93, 94 years old.
Yes.
You look at him, he doesn't look that old. The other day I met him. We went to our old school for the 75th year of the school. Yeah, I asked him, do you know me? Obviously I know you. He obviously doesn't know me. He's pulling a
Out of the so many students, how will we even know?
But one thing I noticed in some of these schools, Shravanaji, is they call the parents to say that something is wrong looking at the behavior of the child. You should set right something at home. They don't actually punish the kid. I've never seen in national public punishing the kids. They call parents to say, this is the behavior we have noticed. You have to pay attention at home. The child is not getting enough attention. Probably that's the reason the child is lagging. Even maybe the perspective is studies, academics, they notice something is dropping because of
Something in the house,
yeah,
the background.
because my son has been throughout an average student. I've never got a complaint that he has to improve in his studies.
I actually, when I heard about it, I didn't pursue the seat for National Public School because she completed her schooling and 12th from Sophia High School.
But
It's a very good
nowadays, but Shravanaji, nowadays, if you want to get admission to National Public School, you have to apply before pregnancy.
Yes.
But it's like a general statement. It depends on it. Of course, they're very
This is
focused on academics. But thing is, like, I have never, because two of them have been studying there, we have never faced problems of calling and accusing parents of something or pushing the children. Whenever we went and asked about the kids, they said they are doing well in their own ways. I mean, that was
that's actually good because why I went from Sophia's to NPS's. Sophia is a very good school. And why I went to NPS's, I wanted a little more focus on academics because I was working. I was a career person. So I felt that I didn't have that much time to help my child go with it. And I thought probably they will nurture a 60% student to a 70%, 70% to 80%, I thought. But when I heard that if the child underperforms, they call the parents and they encourage them to weed out and find alternate schools, that gave me a scare. That gave me a scare because that was a feedback I got from not from within the school, from others.
I've been telling this to quite a lot of parents that this is not the approach. Probably they gauge the parents and their interest before they can decide on the child. If the parent is very particular about this is what I am expecting from the child, then they call and say this is not matching up to your expectation because there is a lag. If you are not bothered, then they don't tell you anything like that. You just go with the flow. The child is doing fine. He is able to. I have never found. In fact, they told me, "Why are you not?"
For my son, when I wanted to remove him after 10th, they were very insistent that you should not remove him.
We have no problem. Why are you moving him from the school? Because I felt there was a lot of bullying, and this guy used to face a little bit of. I used to say it is not possible for the parent. I mean, teachers to keep an eye on each and every child. So this guy doesn't give back and getting hurt and and he doesn't come and express also at home. So that was a problem. So we moved him to another very state syllabus school so that but there also he faced he had to come out.
It's more for us to equip the child how to handle these things. Sometimes we raise our children to be very nice, very good, and we forget that they have to deal with the outside world.
Again, I have seen we can't come to any conclusions because it's the nature of the child. It's not like.
But we can still teach them to be assertive. My child was very later years. I taught her to be assertive.
So there's So there's this anecdote about Subrata Bagchi, he was the founder of Mindtree. He decided to return back to India from US. So he came with his two children, got an appointment with Gopal Krishnan for admission interview. So his wife and two children came, and there were three chairs in front of Gopala Krishnan. So the wife and the two children sat. Gopala Krishnan walked in and said, "Why don't you sit?" to Bagchi. Bagchi said, "There is no seat. That's what I am telling you." There's no seat. Okay, Shravanaji.
Okay, that was a good conversation. I'm sorry for taking so much of your time.